Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Stuart Callaway, aka Senzubin, and I'm just here to discuss the oddities about this whole Noah Lyles World Championship versus National Championship, you could say, with the NBA in regards to the NBA. And I have no problem calling the NBA guys NBA champs. And I actually, for a while, thought it was kind of weird that they called themselves world champs. But upon further review, I kind of dropped it because of how many international players are inside of the NBA. The best players are in the NBA. And I actually tried thinking of a top 20 type player in the world that doesn't play in the NBA. And I couldn't do it. What does this mean? Um, you know, by technical standards, um, in order to be called the world champion, you'd have to play some other champions around the world. I think that would be fair. So here are some leagues that I looked up um, around the world. Right, so you have the Vietnam Pro Basketball League. You got the National Basketball Association. You have the Chinese Basketball Association. You have the Euro League. You have the Baloncesto Profesional Colombiano, Iranian Basketball Super League. There's about 10 or 15 other ones out there that encompass the rest of the talent in the world on a yearly basis, right, outside of the Olympics. So before I finish that idea, I'm going to skip over to another idea, and it's this idea of like the Noah Lyles thought process, and this is how I understand it. Now I'm going to use an exaggerated example, but by Noah Lyles's logic, the Georgia football team is not the national champs. Why? Because they haven't played or beat all the championships in the United States. Now, I agree that sounds ridiculous, but by Noah Lyles's logic, that's true. So, who haven't they beaten? They haven't beaten the JUCO guys. They haven't beat the D2 guys, the D3 guys. And the automatic answer that I know you guys were thinking of, because I was thinking of the same thing, was why would the D1 team, like Georgia, play a D2 team? It'd be like 80-0, right? With the backups in. Right? Agree? The Denver Nuggets playing the champions of the Philippines League, or the Iranian Basketball League, or the Chinese Basketball Association, or Baloncesto Profesional Colombiano would be the biggest waste of time of all time. And that's why I don't have a problem when people say that the NBA champs are the world champs, is because all the talent in the world is in the NBA. And if you took the champion from that league and played them against the champions of other leagues, they would blow those teams out, especially in 7 game series. If you played a 1 game elimination like it is in some tournaments, there's a chance that a team could get lucky and win. But overall, if they played a 7 game series, there's no way that the Denver Nuggets are losing, right? You got Jokic, you got Murray. Those guys aren't losing to the Philippines or the EuroLeague champs, right? Which would be teams that are made up of guys who couldn't even play in the NBA. So I thought that this whole conversation was ridiculous, and it's one of those things that kind of shows the internet can spread a really bad idea, because I see in most of the comments that most people actually agree with Noah Lyles, and I just think that they're flagrantly wrong. Not by like the technical use of the word, right? Because they're not, they're champions of the NBA, but saying that they're world champs is the same thing as calling the national champs the national champs. And then if you have a problem with calling an NBA champ a world champ, then you can't call a Georgia Bulldog a national champ, which you can see is ridiculous. They're the best team by far. And the Denver Nuggets are also the best team by far in the world. If you assembled all of the talent outside the NBA to face up against the Denver Nuggets, I would still take the Denver Nuggets. But that's not even what we're talking about. We're talking about the championship of this league, playing the champions of other leagues, and winning. And it would just be an utter waste of time in a 7-game series. That's all I got.